Hey, what's up guys, it's DarkArmedDuelist and today we're going to be doing a METALFOES deck profile. So I'm really excited to do something for you guys because this deck is actually suggested to me by one of my patrons, Zach. And this deck is an extremely fun pendulum deck that I've included all sorts of spicy tech cards in this build for you guys. So without further ado, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell there so you can become part of the notification squad, and definitely check out the Patreon down in the description below for all those awesome rewards. And definitely give Zach some love down in the comments down below for suggesting such an awesome deck. So let's go ahead and get straight on into this one, guys. So first off, we're playing 3 copies of Gold Driver. Gold Driver is definitely a 3-of in the build because this card comes out at 1900 attack points. It's actually the strongest normal summon for all of your METALFOES monsters. We then play 3 copies of Volflame. Volflame is an extremely powerful combo piece in the deck and just such an awesome 3-of because this card has 2400 attack points. We then play 2 copies of Silveron and 2 copies of Steelin. These cards are very important in the build, but you only need 2 copies of each. And all these normal monsters actually share an awesome common pendulum effect that once per turn, you can actually target one other face-up card you control and destroy it, and if you do, set a METALFOES spell or trap card directly from your deck, which is an awesome ability to instantly get to one of our METALFOES fusion spells or one of our awesome METALFOES trap cards. We then play 3 copies of Melcaster. Melcaster is an extremely powerful combo piece that is a great monster effect that in this card on the field is destroyed by battle or by card effect. You can actually add a face-up METALFOES pendulum monster from your extract back to your hand, except a copy of Melcaster, but you cannot activate it or cards with its name or place it in the pendulum zone for the rest turn, except by a card effect, but it's amazing to help you actually recover one of your METALFOES cards. We then play 3 copies of Bismugear. Bismugear is extremely powerful as a 3-of because this card has a monster effect that if it's on the field is destroyed by battle or by card effect, you can actually add a METALFOES monster from your deck to your hand during the end phase of this turn, which is a pretty powerful ability to instantly grab the exact monster that we need. With my single copy of Vanisher. Vanisher is great as a 1-of boss monster, and this card has a crazy monster effect that while this card is in the hand, you can target 2 face-up cards you control, including a METALFOES card, and destroy them, and if you do, special summon this card from your hand. And if this card is special by the effects of a METALFOES card, you can actually target one monster that your opponent controls or in the graveyard, and banish it, which is a pretty powerful ability. We then play a single copy of Astrograph Sorcerer. Astrograph is great as a 1-of in the build, and this card is just a really good extender that has the effect that in this card, if a card you control is destroyed by battle by card effect, you can special summon this card in the hand, then choose one of those monsters in the graveyard, extract, or that's banished that was destroyed this turn, and add a monster with the same name from your deck to your hand, instantly grabbing an additional copy of one of your cards, which is super powerful. We then play a single copy of Jackal King. Jackal King is a great boss monster to be able to summon the deck, and it's actually very easy to do, as this card has a great monster effect that each time a spell card is activated, he actually plays 2 spell counters on this card when that spell card actually resolves, and once per turn, when an opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, you can actually remove 2 spell counters from your field and negate the activation if you destroy that card, which is absolutely insane how easy it is to summon this card back to your side of the field using cards like Salim, and it's very easy to get in the graveyard because we actually play 3 copies of a Magician's Souls. Magician's Souls is amazing to play as a 3-of in the build because this card has a great effect that you can actually send a level 6 or higher spellcaster monster from your deck to the graveyard to special summon this card to your side of the field, which is amazing to send your copy of Jackal King to the graveyard, summon out your copy of Magician's Souls, and then link climb into a copy of Salim so you can actually bring back your copy of Jackal King to your side of the field so you can actually have a monster negate, which is absolutely insane. Plus your copy of Magician's Souls helps us dig in the deck, which is awesome. So you can actually send up to 2 spells and traps from your hand or field to the graveyard and then draw that many cards, which is amazing for this deck to be able to do. This card is so cool to be able to play, and I absolutely love playing Jackal King and Magician's Souls in this deck. We then also play 2 copies of Illusion of Chaos. Illusion of Chaos is great to be able to play because this card actually searches out our copy of Magician's Souls, which is why I'm playing 2 copies in this build. We then play 3 copies of the Primite Dragon. The Primite engine is so good in this build because we have so many normal monsters that we actually have in this build. And this card is a great effect that if it's normal summon, you can actually set a Primite spell trap directly from your deck, which has some insane cards that you can get to, like your copy of Lordly Lobe, that then can search out anything that you need. So that's it for the monsters, guys. Let's get into the spells. So for the spells, we're going to start off with a single copy of METALFOES Fusion. METALFOES Fusion is great as a 1-0 in the build, helping us fusion summon a METALFOES Fusion monster from our extract using monster hand or field as fusion material. And if this card's in the graveyard, you can shuffle it into the deck to draw a card, which is an amazing effect to actually combine this card with cards like Magician Souls to get you a draw 3, which is insane. We play a single copy of Full METALFOES Fusion. This card is an amazing quick play fusion spell that helps us go into more fusion plays. We play a single copy of ParaMetalFoes Fusion. This card is amazing as a 1-of combo piece in the deck that helps us fusion summon a METALFOES Fusion monster from your extract by using up to 1 each from your hand, field, and or face from the extract as a fusion material of your METALFOES monsters, which is insane to help you go in for your fusion plays using this card. We made a single copy of Primite Fusion. Primite Fusion is great because I actually have 2 amazing monsters you can actually fusion summon into using this card. But this card lets us fusion summon a Dragon Fusion monster from our extract by shuffling its materials from the field, graveyard, or banishment into the deck, including a null monster. And also banish this card in the graveyard and then add a level 5 or higher Primite monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand, which you can play the level 6 Primite monster if you want to, but it's really not needed in this build. We made a single copy of Drill Beam. Drill Beam is amazing in this build as a 1-of, and this card is actually a negate and a banish, which is absolutely insane. Plus, this card has a great ability to reset itself to your side of the field because during the main phase, if you control a Primite monster, you can actually set this card from your graveyard back to your side of the field so you can use it all over again. We then play 3 copies of Preparation of Rites. Preparation of Rites is amazing as a 3-on the build because this card can search out our copy of Illusion of Chaos. So we can actually search out Magician Souls, which is awesome. And if you draw into multiple copies of this card, you can always use it with your copy of Magician Souls to send it to the graveyard so we can actually get some draws, which is amazing. We then play 3 copies of Lordly Lobe. Lordly Lobe is great in this build as a 3-of, and this card actually searches out our Primite cards because when it's active, you get to add any Primite card you want from your deck to your hand, except another copy of this card, and this card also helps us special summon out no monsters to our side of the field, which is absolutely insane. So, that's it for the spells, guys. Let's get into the traps. So for the traps, we're just going to be playing 2, starting off with a single copy of METALFOES Counter. METALFOES Counter is great as a 1-of build because this card has the ability, if a card you control is destroyed by battle by card effect, you can special summon a METALFOES monster from the deck. Also, during either player's turn, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can actually abandon this card in the graveyard to add a face-up METALFOES Pinnacle monster from your extract back to your hand, so you can use it all over again. My single copy of Combination. Combination is great as a 1-of the build. I feel like 1 copy is really all you need because basically all of your METALFOES monsters can search this. And this card has the ability that once per turn, if a fusion monster is fusion summoned, you can actually target a METALFOES monster in your graveyard with a lower level than the fusion monster and special summon it. And then this card is sent from the field to the graveyard. You can actually add a METALFOES monster from your deck to your hand, which is a pretty cool ability to be able to use. So, that's it for the main deck, guys. Let's get into the extra deck. So for the extra deck, we're going to start off with Metherium. Metherium is an amazing 2-of in the build and such a powerful combo piece in the deck. And this card requires a METALFOES monster plus a Pinnacle monster to make this card. And this card has the ability to target 2 METALFOES cards in your graveyard and 1 on the field, and shuffle the targets from the graveyard into the deck, and if you do, return the target on the field back to the hand, which is a pretty cool ability to help you bounce a card off the field. And if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can special summon a METALFOES Pinnacle monster from your graveyard or face up from the extra deck. Play a single copy of Orichalc. Orichalc is great as a 1-of and build and so easy to summon in this deck because if a METALFOES monster you control attacks a defensive monster, you can inflict double piercing damage to your opponent, which is crazy powerful for this card to be able to do. Also, if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can target one card on the field and destroy it. We made a single copy of Alcahest. Alcahest is crazy good in the deck as a 1-of, and such a powerful card to be able to play on the field because this card has the ability it must be fusion summoned and cannot be special summoned other ways. And once per turn, during your opponent's turn, you can actually target an effect monster on the field and equip that card to this target, which is a quick effect, and this card gains a defense equal to the combined original attack of the monsters equipped to this card by its effect, which is a crazy powerful ability. This card is basically like a fusion version of Relinquish, being able to equip your opponent's monsters to this card. We made a single copy of the Pendulum Fusion METALFOES monster. This card is just a really good combo piece in the deck and an awesome boss monster. If it's special summon from the X-Check, you can target one card that your opponent controls and shuffle two face-up Pendulum monsters from your X-Check into the deck, and if you do, destroy that card, which is a pretty cool ability to be able to use. We made a single copy of First of the Dragon Lords. First of the Dragon Lords is such a cool card to be able to summon off your copy of Primite Fusion, because this card just requires 3 normal monsters to be able to make, and once you summon it out onto your side of the field, it's ridiculously difficult for your opponent to deal with this card, because this card is the ability must be fusion summoned, and you can only control one of this card. It cannot be destroyed in battle, and it's unaffected by other monsters' effects, and once, while it's phased on the field, when a spell trap card effect is activated, quick effect, you can destroy all spells and traps on the field, which is a crazy powerful ability, but it's very difficult for your opponent to deal with this boss monster. And lay a single copy of the Primite Dragon Fusion monster. This card is absolutely insane in METALFOES because you can make this card absolutely huge with the ability. It just takes a Primite monster plus a basically a normal monster to be able to make this card and gains 1,000 attack for each normal monster used for its fusion materials, and negate the activated effects of monsters that your opponent controls whose level, rank, or link rating is less than or equal to the number of normal monsters on the field and or in the graveyard, which is very easy to actually swarm the board with normal monsters and get them in the grave in this deck. And this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, and you can actually special summon a normal monster from the deck into Pinson, which is a pretty cool ability, but you can actually put as many normal monsters you want into this card to make it absolutely massive to help you go in for game. Lay a single copy of Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon. This card is actually a walking negate in the deck and an awesome 1-of in the build that we can very easily summon off our copy of Odd Eyes Absolute Dragon's effect. And when it touches the graveyard, you can special summon out your copy of an Odd Eyes monster from the X-Check, which is very cool to be able to do because if this XZ summon card is sent to the graveyard, you can actually special summon an Odd Eyes monster in your X-Check, which is always going to be your copy of Vortex Dragon, and you're summoning off of Absolute Dragon's effect, which is so cool. We made a single copy of Access Code. Access Code is great to be able to summon, so this card can pop multiple cards on the field and go in for game, which is absolutely amazing because it comes out absolutely massive. Like a single copy of Selene. Selene is one of those powerful cards in the entire X-Check and a key combo piece in this build. This card helps out so much in the deck to help you summon out your copy of Jackal King back out of the graveyard once you send it to the graveyard off Magician Souls, because this card is a great ability if it's link summon and actually places spell counters on this card equal to the number of spell cards on the field and in the graveyards, which is such a powerful effect. You can actually remove 3 spell counters from this card to spell summon it back a spellcaster from the graveyard to your side of the field, which is always going to be your copy of Jackal King, which is so cool. Plus, you can use this card to help you link climb in your copy of Access Code if you want to. We made a single copy of the Fire Charmer. Fire Charmer is great to help us link climb into your copy of Selene. 1 copy of SP because this card is a double interruption. 1 copy of IP because this card is amazing to help you climb into your copy of SP. And then a single copy of Link Spreader because we are playing so many normal monsters. This card is just really good as a 1-of. So, that's it for the deck, guys. I would enjoy this deck. Is super fun to be able to play. If you guys have never played a METALFOES deck before, you should definitely give this deck a try because it's so much fun to be able to play, and it's insane how powerful it is once you actually include cards like Jackal King in the deck and Magician Souls that basically help you just control the board. It's just absolutely insane how powerful this deck can actually be. So, that's it for this one, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, and there's sync on part notification squad. I'll see you guys in the next video. So, then, guys.